Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Apollo Justice Ace Attorney. This is the last part of the trial before the final case, and the final case is certainly a thing. But this trial, we're confronting Darian for the murder of Romaine Letouce. His name's a pun on lettuce for some fucking reason. Let's start. July 10th, 1:40 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Apollo, I can't believe it! It really happened during the second act? Well, and and right in the middle of Lamiwar's performance? Why was she in that air vent? Why she was in that air vent, and that switch on the flaming guitar. When you link it all together, that's what you end up with. Here's us. I knew you had what it took. Ah, Daddy! Mr. Wright, you believed in me? Not really. Huh? I just thought that'd make a cooler entrance than say, hiya. What do we even bother hoping? Where have you been lately, Daddy? You haven't been coming to the office at all. Sorry about that, Tracy. I'm on a secret mission. Secret? You mean like you're undercover? Like Mr. Letouce, only shorter and not as well dressed. Oh no, what if you're shot too, Daddy? Would I do a thing like that to you? Yes, you would, Phoenix. Anyway, I'm off for a while again. Huh? You're leaving? Oh, one thing before I go. What? Good luck? Right. Is that all you came to say? I think you have things pretty much under control. You'll get Makitobai off the hook, no doubt. Yeah, but you're after that detective, aren't you? Darian Crescend. It won't be easy proving he did it. Especially not under the current court system. The current court system? What did Prosecutor Gavin say during the trial? Your case is based on one fragile assumption. Namely, that our Diva Divine is telling the truth. But what about all the proof? The bridge and the switch? A piece of jewelry and a lyrical blunder. There are plenty of ways to explain these things. The flaming guitar, too. All because you lack definitive proof of their connection to the case. But if the sultry songstress is lying, your case melts like butter in a frying pan, leaving behind the faintly singed scent of failure. So what do I do? Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods. Ugh. Oh, that reminds me. I have something to give you from our detective friend. Detective Sky. Emma? Let's see. This bag of snacks here was meant for me. Ah, here it is. What are those, Daddy? They don't look like very good snacking material. They were found at the scene. Analysis of the fragments revealed traces of gunpowder. Gunpowder? Probably a firecracker or something similar, like the ones kids are into these days. These fragments were found under the sofa at the scene of the crime, actually. Under the sofa? Hey, Apollo! That's where we found that little device thingy. Right. This. Well, finally some evidence that makes sense. Burnt fragments out of the court record. I don't like how Apollo doesn't think, wait, is this forged? Because, like, Phoenix already gave you forged evidence before. Burnt evidence. Type evidence received from Phoenix Wright. That's all for me, I suppose. Found at the crime scene. Bearing gunpowder residue. Possibly a firecracker? See you after the verdict. Maybe. Right. Every man has an igniter inside him. Excuse me? Find Darien Crescendo's igniter and set it off. He walked out the door, just like a magician. Normally.
What does he want us to do? No conventional methods? What does that mean?
I guess we just have to take his advice, and it would make sense when the time comes.
I guess.
We're almost at the finish line. Hang in there, Trucy. July 10th, 1:55 p.m. District Court, courtroom number 3. Court is now back in session. Prosecutor Gavin, where is Detective Crescend? In the witness lounge, ready to be called at any time. Very well. Might I add, I don't believe any of this. He, Darian, was the first detective I ever worked with. We stopped working together when he moved to Criminal Affairs Division 3. But his guitar playing, it fires my imagination. That's nice, but it has nothing to do with the matter at hand. Correct? Oh, I know. Forehead. Very well. Call the final witness to the stand. Detective Darian Crescend. Name and occupation, please. Darian Crescend. Detective Criminal Affairs Division 3. That's the International Affairs Division, for those of you who didn't know. And I'm a guitarist for the Gaviners. Maybe you've heard of us. Do you fully understand the circumstances under which you stand before us today? Yeah, I understand, Your Honor. What I don't understand is how you let this happen, partner. You gave me your word I wouldn't be standing up here. Is the situation has changed, Diane? And don't call me partner. So much for old friends. I see what you're doing, Darian. You're pressing the prosecution. Your Honor, if we could begin the trial. Yes, it's high time we did. Let's hear your testimony. You may begin your response to Lamiwa's testimony. If, in fact, you have anything to say about it. Oh, I got plenty to say. Lying must be a national pastime in Virginia. That's racist. And wherever you're from, Mr. Justice. Retroactively, Spirit of Justice made that also racist. Conventional methods are out of the window, huh? Here goes nothing. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. In the first place, she never heard my voice. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. As if. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear those gunshots during the third set anyway? Shooting took place when I was on stage, man. So you claim Lamiwa's testimony was a lie? Hey, don't get me wrong, I dig what she's doing, trying to protect the kid. She's got the court eating vague statements out of her hand just because she's blind. You go too far, Darian. Look, all I'm saying is you've got a reliable witness. Why not listen to the detective? Detective Sky? I see. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination. We didn't waste any time finding our weak spot. I can't do this with Lamy War's testimony alone. I'll have to find some other way to prove when the shooting took place. Diva's lying, plain and simple. She's got nothing to back up her story. You don't have any proof she was lying. Oh yeah, kid. You saying I lied. No. I'm just saying,
Apollo, glare back at him!
I couldn't help it. I flinched by reaction. Detective Crescend. Yeah, what do you want? Nothing.
Apollo, chin up, back straight, you're wilting!
This guy's hard as nails. Makes Wacky look downright cooperative. Look, there's no way the diva remembers my voice. In the first place, she never heard my voice. You never talked to her, even though you were playing in the same concert. Not a word, as far as I can recall. But weren't there planning sessions or something? Their voices are really similar, I'm sorry. Gavin took care of all that himself. Darian wasn't involved in any of the meetings with her. Ugh. As if you can just go around remembering everyone's voice like that anyway. Only an idiot would believe that. Lamy War's hearing is very sensitive. You can remember him if you heard him, I'm sure of it. I just can't prove it. And I need proof. She forgot the words because she heard gunshots. That's if. You know she missed the words. The mixing board proves it. Oh yeah, there was a mistake, but blaming it on gunshots is just a lame excuse. What do you mean? The mixing board proves what? It proves that there was a mistake in the song, a missed cue. So, she just flubbed it up. Big time, that's all. She spins the story about a gunshot to protect the kid and cover for her own goof. Okay, no, because nobody even realized that she goofed up. Dumbass. Man, I'd have to hand it to her. She wasn't sticking it to me at the same time. Darian, watch what you say. Lamiva is an artist. She just flubbed it up. That's no small accusation for a performer of her caliber. She got to you, alright. I can see it in your eyes. I tell you, most of her stuff is so pretentious it's way over my head. I'm taking a rip in the governor's ranks. Anyway, she's too close to the defendant. Her testimony can't be trusted. You ask me, I'd go with Detective Sky's story at the drop of a pick. Didn't Detective Emma Sky hear the gunshots during the third set anyway? Actually, I was there too. So I hear. Which means you heard them too, right? Gunshots. Yes. We heard gunshots. Neither I nor Emma actually saw the shooting, mind you. I guess you and Lamy War got the same excuse then. We know one thing for certain, yeah? There were gunshot-like sounds that emanated from that room during the third set. What we must determine is whether those sounds were actually gunshots.
Mark heard them too. Remembering you said he ran for the air deck when he heard them.
So, how do you figure out just what those gunshots during the third set were? The shooting took place when I was on stage, man. That could have been what the shooter wanted us to think. I'll tell you what the shooter, that kid, wants you to think. He wants you to think the diva heard me in that room. Back to relying on Lamy War's testimony. As much as I am enjoying the Darian and Forehead show, there is no need for such tempers. Don't make us into some comedy duo. This means the Gavin and Darian show's cancelled. Neither of your claims can be proven or disproven. We could argue for days like this and get nowhere. Prosecutor Gavin is quite right. This court will hear no further discussion on this topic without new facts. New facts, huh?
He's pretty eager to paint Lemiroir as a liar, isn't he?
Yeah, because her testimony is basically our entire case.
This is tough. So, what do we do?
I've got a few ideas. I just need to find another way to prove it didn't happen when he says it did. The diva's lying, plain and simple. She's gonna... okay. We got new evidence. Objection! Some things were found at the crime scene after yesterday's trial. What things? The first was this. Small device. Is that remote triggered in igniter? Correct. And one more thing. What are those? The remains of something burnt. Not another guitar, I hope. The traces of gunpowder were found on these fragments. We have a report that it was something like a firecracker. How did Gavin know about this? What, do you think Detective Sky works for you? I received the report this morning before coming here. That's when I made my decision, actually. What decision is this, Prosecutor Gavin? I registered Darian as a witness in today's trial. Just in case. This raises another possibility. Those gunshot-like sounds during the third set. Could have been two firecrackers rigged to go off by remote control. You got an active imagination, don't you? But you shouldn't say every little thing you think. The explanation there seems a bit too convenient for me. How so? So, you're saying these firecrackers just happened to go off? Right when two witnesses came walking by.
That's right. Darian was not on stage when it happened, Apollo. How would he know someone was backstage right then?
If a firecracker goes off in the forest and there's no one here, you get my drift. Might go through the trouble, man. Ugh. How do I explain this? He may not look it, but Darian is a gifted detective. A Shawnee weakness, and he is sure to find it. You may not look it, partner. Gee, thanks, man. You're wearing a fucking shark costume, man. That reminds me. I happened to pass through that very hallway several times that day myself. And I saw something odd there just before the third set. Something odd? A headset. The kind all of the band and staff members were wearing. That's right. We picked this up in front of the door to that dressing room. What if that headset wasn't dropped but placed? And what if it was turned on? You could hear what was going on in that hallway. Even if you were out on stage. Whose side are you on, Gavin? Listen to me, Darian. There are no sides in a court of law. Which is why I now turn to you, Air Forehead. I have a question for you. Oh, for me? The igniter and the burnt fragments that were found at the scene of the crime. It's certainly a possibility that they were part of a ruse to fake the sound of gunshots. Throw the headset from the hallway into the mix, and you could fabricate an alibi. But we're still no closer to proving anything. Those gunshots might have been real or fake. We can't say. You have raised the possibility that the shots heard during the third set were faked. And now you need to prove the other half of the case. The other half? Look, I'll just tell him. I want you to prove the thing went down in the second act, while our little piano player was on stage. That alright, Gavin?
Indeed. If you can't prove that, then to continue this cross-examination would be pointless.
Well, Mr. Justice, can you prove the crime took place during the second act? Yeah, I think.
You better know, Apollo. Otherwise, we're through.
It can be proven.
You make it sound like someone else is going to come along and do it for you.
Let's continue with the cross-examination then, shall we? Witness your testimony if you would. This isn't going to be easy. I need some decisive proof and fast. You're already good, 'cause I am. Shooting took place during the third set. You're so sure, let's see your proof. The gunshots heard during the third set could have been... What? Some kind of setup? I've heard that one before.
We need proof, Apollo. We need to prove that the shooting took place during the second set.
Well, if you know how to do it, then I'm all ears.
Maybe the gunshots are the key after all.
What do you mean?
Well, Lamiwar said she heard them, right? Right in the middle of her illusion when she was up above the ceiling.
When she forgot the words to the song, yeah.
If you can prove the gun was shot when she missed those lyrics, we're home free, I think.
True. Not easy, but true. Is there some way to prove that?
Let's take a look through our evidence. Maybe there's something in there.
Hey, aren't you supposed to be cross-examining me? Try to refrain from private discussions during the cross-examination, Mr. Justice. Right, Your Honor. Sorry. Just let me take a quick look through the court record.
He's pretty eager to paint Lamiwar as a liar, isn't he?
Okay. What's this gonna be? There it is.
Objection!
It seems there was clear proof left behind. Right here in Lamiwar's song. Her song. What exactly is this, device thingy? A new variety of gramophone, perhaps? Come on, we just used this. Don't get me started on gramophone. This device was used to record the performance part by part. Parts? You move the sliders to adjust the volume. Each instrument is adjustable separately, Lamiwar's and voice included. Oh, but what does this prove? According to Lamiwar's testimony, at the moment of the shooting, she forgot the words to the song.
Ah, you intend to examine the recording at that moment, yeah?
He might even hear those gunshots. Exactly. Ah, ridiculous. How are you supposed to hear gunshots back in that dressing room out on stage?
Have you forgotten, Darian? We were all wearing these headsets.
Oh.
We were all deeply involved in our performance. But Lamiwar's headset would have picked up what she heard all the same.
Then let's get to analyzing that recording. Right now. Lamiwar stopped singing when she heard the shots fired. Find that spot and I'll find the gunshots. Yeah. That's so short. Your Honor, listen closely to this part. This is the track with Lamiwar's vocals. I did hear something faintly there, yes. Why? It sounded like a gunshot. What? This has to be some kind of mistake. I believe a case has been made. Gunshots were heard during the second set, which means Amiva's testimony was true. Order! So, she was telling the truth about what she heard. It was the other man speaking, not Mr. Latus. Well, what did he say? It's over. Press the switch now. Just after that, there was a gunshot. And then the guitar caught on fire. Detective Crescent, you weren't on stage during the second set. You could not have done... You could have done it. But why did we only hear one gunshot in the recording? Weren't two bullets fired from this weapon? Lamiwar was moving through the air vent, Your Honor. She must not have been close enough for her mic to catch the first shot. Then she passed over the dressing room. The gun fired again, and Mr. Latus's life was taken. Well, Detective Crescent. Once again I am reminded of something. Our performance that day. Your performance? Seeing the mixing board jogged my memory. We were there too, Airforehead. You were there too, Airforehead. What is it with today? Problem after problem. My hog won't start. My guitar case is busted. My guitar has been bent to a crisp, and to top it all off, someone's dead. And then there was that performance just now. What was that all about? This part is off. This part is off. Which is that? Second guitar. It was you, Darian. I thought it was strange at the time. How could you miss such a simple cue? I know you. I know how you play. You're better than that. Yeah, well, you what? Prosecutor Gavin, what are you getting at? I'm talking about the murder weapon, Mr. Latus's 45 caliber hand cannon. As we have learned, even the shooter doesn't go unscarred with a revolver that size. The kickback is enough to dislocate your shoulder. If you're an amateur. Wait. You mean his playing was affected because he hurt himself shooting that revolver? You're forgetting something. Yes, Detective Crescent. I'm a trained police officer, you know. I've had firearms training, plenty of it. I'm no amateur. The standard sidearm issued to police officers is a 38 caliber weapon. A much tamer beast. Also, the murder weapon belonged to the victim, Mr. Latus, which suggests there was a struggle between killer and victim. So, the killer might not have been holding the revolver correctly when he fired. Is that what you mean? This thought had occurred to me, yes. Well, does the witness have anything to say to this? Detective Crescent! What I want to ask is what Mr. Sleeves rolled up already for action has to say. Hey, you, attorney. Me? Exactly which piece of your evidence is decisive again? You got a little noise on a tape that could be anything. And you have an alleged guitar cue missed due to a .45 caliber kickback. I weep for this case, Gavin. I really do. You can line up your little weak pieces of evidence all you want. I didn't shoot that manager. And that's the obvious truth.
The witness has a point. The defense's arguments, while persuasive, are not decisive. I believe we should hear what the witness has to say in response to the case so far. Your testimony, please, Detective Crescend. Tell us your reasons why you couldn't have done it. Proof of innocence.
Come on, why would I even want to kill that manager? Want a reason? Easy, I got no motive, man. This was that diva's first trip to this country, right? How could I possibly know her manager? If I didn't know him, why would I want to kill him?
A simple reason indeed. Prosecutor Gavin, is it the case that Mr. Letus had not been to our country before? According to our records, yes, not even once. Once. I see. Very well. Mr. Justice, you may begin the cross-examination.
Great. Now we need to find a motive. Come on, why would you even want to kill that manager? Her manager, sure. But Mr. Letus was... Alright, sorry, an Interpol agent, wasn't he? I just have trouble picturing that big lunk as an undercover cop, you dig? You're not a very good one, seeing as how we got wasted. That's cool, dog. None that it matters either way. I had no reason to kill the man, whatever he was. You want a reason? Easy. I got no motive, man. But that's the same for Maki. No motive was proven for him. Come on, he traveled around the world with that old fart. He had plenty of time to come up with a motive of his own. More than I sure did. I mean, think about it. This was that diva's first trip to the country, right? Darian, you're a detective with international affairs. Yeah, what of it? Even if this was Mr. Letus's first trip to the country, you still could have met him prior to the concert. Huh? Don't you take any international trips in international affairs?
That's right. Well, Detective Crescend.
That's your game, is it? Is I'd better confess then.
Confess?
Yeah, it's a bit of an embarrassment, but I've never been sent overseas. What? But you're international. See, me and Plains got a difference of opinion. We don't like each other much.
My condolences, Foreheads, but he is telling the truth. He's never set foot outside the country, I can guarantee it.
As it turns out, my division has plenty of work to do locally as well. That's so unfair. How could I possibly know her manager? So you didn't fraternize with him at all during the concert? Fraternize? I don't think we exchanged a single word. If anyone would want to talk to that old Eastern blockhead.
Stop being racist.
Now the ladies, that's a different matter altogether. So you see... If I didn't know him, why'd I want to kill him? You sure about that? What? What? Well, don't look off your face before I do it for you. Listen, you try throwing out one for your wild accusations. Throw it back at you so hard you'll forget who you're accusing of what.
Forehead, perhaps it's best if you let your evidence do the talking, yeah?
Man, what evidence? That's what I want to know. So, he's using this motive question as ammunition. Huh? Well, I've got ammunition too. Evidence.
I don't exactly know what to use against this man. Do you think I have to present the incuritis thing at least once? Well, not at least one, on one of these statements.
Your Honor, please take a look at this.
What's that? Looks like candy.
It's not. Don't lick it, please. Detective Crescend, ever seen this? Looks like a piece of candy. What it is evidence. Don't lick it before you try it. Specifically, this is a replica of a cocoon. It was found among the victim's belongings.
A cocoon? Never seen one of that color. It is a variety only found in the Republic of Virginia. Novels. Alright. But what is this cocoon replica doing in my courtroom? Surely this has nothing to do with the motive for killing Mr. Letouce, does it?
It does. Wait, I think it does. You don't sound so confident, man.
A cocoon? Is it one of those silky cocoons? The kind that can make, well, silk out of?
Not this one. This cocoon makes a powerful curative.
A curative? For what? Apparently it is most efficacious at treating a disease thought incurable. It is the only medicine of its kind. However, it is illegal to take one of these healing cocoons out of Virginia. Whatever for? If it's such a miracle cure, why not share it with the world? Yeah, that's what I've been wondering. We looked into the matter at some length. Apparently, it isn't difficult at all to manufacture the remedy from the cocoon. Yet if you change the process only slightly, you can easily make a large quantity of something else entirely. A deadly poison, in fact. What? There was an incident several years ago where some of these got onto the black market. It caused quite a commotion in the global community, though the media was kept largely unaware. Intriguing. All this has led to a strict ban on the cocoon's export. One immediately enforced by Interpol among others. Interpol?
Right. The victim, Romain Letouce, was an Interpol agent. Detective Crescend insists on referring to him as a manager, but that is misleading. Romain Letouce wasn't killed as a manager. He was killed as an undercover agent. So I was trying to smuggle this gumbo into the country. Not what you're trying to say. I'm saying that could well be a motive for murder. Oh, so I was going to sell it on the black market, made myself a pretty penny. Ridiculous. I mean, totally unthinkable. Unthinkable, you say? Why?
Perhaps it's time for another testimony. About this smuggling of cocoons business.
The National Affairs got a memo about these cocoons. Interpol's all hot and bothered about them.
Can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. Man, I'm in international affairs. I know the deal. Indeed. Interpol wanted these cocoons bad enough to send Mr. Letus undercover. You kids think up the craziest things. But no way I'm going to risk life and limb just to get my hands on some dirty cocoon money. Not the most noble of statements, but duly noted. According to reports, these are cocoons top Interpol's list. Selling them to an underground organization would be risky. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. This is the only motive I got. He was up to something, and I'm going to find out what. National Affairs got a memo about those cocoons. That memo. That's how you knew about the cocoons. Oh, nice one, nice one. I'm running scared now. I had to know about the cocoons to plan this. Just how well known are these cocoons? I'm embarrassed to admit it, but I've never heard of them. Well, let me warn you about them, though not their use. The reports indicate that there are ongoing efforts to control information about the cocoons. Most people only know they're illegal to export, that's all. Then, I have nothing to be embarrassed about after all. You could say people like me who know about them are a minority, yeah. But that includes everyone in international affairs, man. Everyone in Interpol, too, for that matter. Yeah. Interpol's all hot and bothered about him. So there are other Interpol agents like Mr. Letus. All over the world, likely. Deep undercover, most of them. That's why these cocoons are too hot for the black market. You don't want Interpol sniffing through your wares. Most came to the conclusion that can't sell them on the black market. Too dangerous. Dangerous? Yeah, Interpol finds you, they arrest you on the spot. Another marketeer might think you're part of a sting and take you out himself. Times have changed. Yeah, cocoon smuggling ain't exactly lucrative anymore. But wouldn't scarcity drive up prices? Yeah, and attention. Every gangster and his brother will want a piece of that action. They turn your forehead into Swiss cheese before you could say objection. Maybe we could get them to cut his hair, too. Who's on trial here again? Man, you so obviously know nothing about the market. And that's a bad thing. Don't even try to mess with me about this stuff. Man, I'm in international affairs, I know the deal. Which is why you'd know how to find a loophole in the system. Hey, you can't say what you want. You can say what you want about me, but back off international affairs. There ain't no loopholes, okay? What do you think we are, Boy Scouts? That wasn't what I was trying to, Down, Dion. It's as you say. There are no loopholes, at least in the case of these cocoons. International affairs, Interpol and Virginian customs are all about you. See, you know what we're doing. Not like some yipping little doggies that lap up every word that diva says. Why I oughta? Oughta what? You want some of this? Chill, both of you. Let's do this cool, yeah? Screw cool, I want this guy's head on a stick. Replica has to be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. I would. Something, I would. How clueless are you? Everyone in the market's dangerous. The second they find out I was a cop, I could kiss my keister goodbye. Why sell to a black market buyer? How about someone like this? That article! That's about the Chief Justices. But every poison can be extracted from the cocoon. But so can a cure. Not a cure for just any disease. A cure for enteritis. Enteritis? I've heard of that somewhere. You went to visit a victim of the disease this morning. Aha! Why, that's the disease the Chief Justice's son has. You aren't saying. A witness is a detective. He would have contact with the Chief Justice. You are saying. The Chief Justice would never deal in contraband. Not even to save his own son's life. But even if the deal went through, why, it'd be an international scandal. That's Detective Christian's insurance. If word ever got out, the one with his neck on the line would be the Chief Justice. Detective Crescend, is this true? First I'm a murderer, now I'm a smuggler. How many crimes are you trying to pin on me anyway? Distasteful as it is to think about, if the Chief Justice were the buyer, why a seller couldn't hope for a better deal. A very cowardly seller. Don't let sleeves over there trick you. I'll need to deal with the Chief Justice. Where's your proof? Well... Oh yeah, you're forgetting one other important thing. Do tell. Interpol isn't the only ones out there watching us. Virginian Customs barely sleeps. They're so worried about cocoons getting out. So we're informed. Let's continue with the cross-examination. Virginian Customs is very thorough, everyone gets checked. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot, and then sentenced to death. Hey man, if there's a way to get cocoons out of there, I'd sure like to know. Just how strict is this customs check? Way strict. They keep planes on the ground for hours. I do recall it being a bit extreme. Is there ever even confiscating gumdrops and marshmallows? Yes, it would be hard to distinguish them. I know it's small, but like... not really. That's right. Gavin was in Virginia, wasn't he? I remember setting off the metal detectors several times. I had to practice this with nickel box though. Here's a travel tip for you, Gavin. Leave the bleeding at home, you glimmerous fop. Cocoon possession will get you arrested on the spot. Yeah, I know, man, I know. That's pretty extreme. Virginia has this rep as an ideally laid-back place. Truth is, they're beyond hardcore with security. The Republic of Virginia is a peaceful, pleasant country. So this level of security shows how truly concerned they are about these cocoons. That's the situation. You're in a position to know quite a bit about smuggling. Yeah, I need to know a bit of her work, sure. But all we get are reports on the failed smuggling ops. Not exactly something you want to go copying. But if you want, I can tell you a few of them. Maybe you'll succeed and get rich. I would be interested in hearing. Purely from a legal perspective, of course. I read for a judicial system.
replica has to be the key to his motive. There's gotta be a way to find out what he was up to. Something else that we can... Yeah, I think this. Yeah. Actually, there is one way. What? One way to get something out of the country. No checks.
What is it?
You become a prosecutor.
A prosecutor?
Ah! Ah! I don't believe it. Believe it, Prosecutor Gavin. What was it that you told me yesterday at your office?
It was a beautiful instrument. It was played lovingly for many years. A guitar befitting of a woman like Lamiwa. How did it end up here? I mentioned how much I enjoyed playing it that night, and she made a present of it. So this guitar is from Virginia? That it is. We couldn't carry it on the plane. The changes in air pressure and humidity ruined the wood. So we vacuum packed it in Lamiwa's studio. I used the special shipping service available to me for transporting evidence. They brought it right up to my office for me. Pristine and untouched.
Did I get that right, Prosecutor Gavin? Untouched.
Quite. The guitar was wrapped in several sheets and vacuum packed in Virginia. The pack wasn't touched until the day of the concert.
Are you saying that guitar was... with cocoons this small? To use your guitar as a mule to smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia.
What?
Which reminds me, Prosecutor Gavin. That guitar had some work done on it recently, right?
Work? Good memory there, Forehead. Well, you know how guitars have a round hole in the front? It is called the sound hole. Well, they found something attached to the wood just inside the hole. A broken device of some sort. A broken device? Yes, this, in fact. An igniter!
Exactly. Consider this, if you will. What if that igniter wasn't the only thing attached inside your guitar?
You mean... He means this, of course. Ah!
There was a way to get a cocoon out of the country. They could use picky Prosecutor Gavin's privileged guitar as a mule. And who better to do that other than someone with access, like a member of the band. Yark!
Order! Show the lighter. It was placed in there for a clear reason, it seems.
It was a safety precaution.
A precaution? Ah, our foreheads. At last it all comes together.
Every strange thing that happened that day. Care to review? Maestro, the gentle sounds of Lamiwar's ballad, if you would.
First, my keys were stolen, a harmless misdemeanor, which forced me to break the lock on my guitar case.
The key was stolen to retrieve the cocoon from the guitar.
I see.
But things didn't go so well. The smuggler wasn't counting on the guitar being wrapped. Only a member of the band could get near that case. Unwrapping the guitar would raise too many suspicions. Then the concert began. Right about this time, a very large problem presented itself to the smuggler.
What's that?
Mr. Letus.
Ah! Mr. Letus, an undercover agent, was onto something. He would have known about the guitar. He'd only have to check the shipping records. So, Mr. Letus tried to examine the guitar himself.
If the cocoon was confiscated then, the gig would be up. The only thing left for the smuggler to do was to get rid of the whole lot. It's over. Press the switch now. The guitar burst into flames, and the cocoon was lost. And then Mr. Letus died.
Wislam was there to witness it.
That's your case. There's your case.
Brilliant, man. Detective Crescend. I'm gonna know, you make all that up on the fly. A made-up story. It makes a great deal of sense, Darian.
The Republic of Virginia? Sorry, man, but I haven't even been there.
True, you haven't.
Yeah, that's you make up a story for that, kid. I had the cocoon in the first place, huh? It's not so hard to imagine. But hope, a Virginian accomplice. That's all. That you had an accomplice was clear from the start. The voice Lamiwar heard proves it. You made this transmission from backstage.
The vile co-conspirator was on stage. What? But who was it? No, I mean to pull that down.
This is it, the coup de grace. And for once I know what I'm doing. There's only one person who could have helped him.
Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say then. But be warned. With the great accusation comes great responsibility. I'm Uncle Ben. Make up your answer on the fly, as it were, and you'll be harshly penalized. Are you ready, Mr. Justice? Who was the smuggler's accomplice?
There is only one person who meets all the requirements of being an accomplice, and that person is the defendant Maki Tobe.
But Mr. Justice, he's your client.
A defense attorney accusing his client, that's a new one. I assure you, no one is more unhappy about this than I. But I'm here to defend him in the murder of Mr. Letus. And I stand by my statement earlier that he's innocent of that particular crime.
Indeed. The defendant is Bourguignon. He does meet the basic requirements to be the accomplice. But what if it was, in fact, Lamiwa?
It couldn't have been.
Well, you seem sure of yourself.
The reason is electronic signals, Your Honor.
Electronic signals?
Recall that this remote only works into a range of 30 feet. Beyond that, it's useless.
Yes, that's true.
Now, think back to the testimony. When the shooter made his transmission, Lemmy War was in the air vents, right above the dressing room where the shooter stood. Let's look at the stage diagram. This is the area that the remote could reach from the air vents.
Well, looking at this, it seems that Lemuel could have done the deed.
No. When the shooter made that transmission, the stage was slightly different than shown here. It was in the middle of the guitar Serenade. Part of the stage was raised. Prosecutor Gavin and Lemuel standing were on the stage. They were on a tower which happens to be 15 feet tall. In other words, the remote couldn't have worked from Lamy War's position in the air vents.
Ah!
Well, Detective Crescend, what do you say to that?
Your Honor. Yes, Detective.
Could we see the video where Gavin's guitar burns? Just one more time.
Well, I don't see why not.
What? Don't tell me he has a way out of this. Too bad, so sad, punk. Punk?
First you were sleeves, then kid, now punk. You're losing weight fast, Apollo. What exactly were we supposed to see in this video?
The problem isn't in what we see, correct, Darian?
Right, that's what you hear.
We are musicians, after all. Care to explain for us non-musicians?
Sure thing, punk. Let me get your yarn straight first. You're saying I ordered the Wii pianist to set off that igniter. Is that right?
Yes.
Well, in order to do that, we'd have to press a switch. Am I right?
Okay.
Well, take another listen. Pay attention to the piano.
Piano.
What seems to be the problem there? The piano sounded just fine.
And that's the problem, man, you still don't get it.
Ugh.
Yeah, how was he supposed to hit that switch if he's playing? Forgot Miss Diva, the guitar, the bass, the piano, and the drums. The only one with her hands free was the diva.
Lemmy War.
But according to you, couldn't have been the accomplice, could she? Ugh. The accomplice would have a hard time helping out. He couldn't even press a switch. Piano plays non-stop. He couldn't have pressed that switch.
Well, Mr. Justice, the piano does seem to be playing when the guitar catches fire.
Well, it's okay. We all make mistakes sometimes.
Apollo, what, were you wrong?
I can't be wrong. Everything makes perfect sense. How could it all just...
Strange.
What's strange?
No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance, huh?
Odd.
Mr. Justice, if Marky Turbay didn't press that switch, then he could not be the accomplice you claim he is.
But everything points to it. Every fact says he's an accomplice.
You got the facts wrong, man. Here's some facts for you. Gavin's guitar is on fire, but the pianist didn't press that switch. In other words, your story is full of holes. Mr. Justice, let's hear your final opinion on this matter now. Is the defendant, Marky Turbay, the accomplice? The answer will reflect on everything you said here. Give it some thought. Apollo, if Marky's not the accomplice, then our whole case is ruined.
I know that. It has to be him. He was the only one who could have helped the smuggler. He had to have pressed that switch.
Well, you'd better find a way to prove it.
What do I do? What do I do?
There has to be something that doesn't fit. Something odd.
Something odd. Wait a second.
What? You thought of something?
What was Gavin saying just now?
Strange.
What's strange?
No, it's just... Something's odd about the performance, eh?
It's not much to go on, but it's all I've got. What exactly did he hear that was odd?
Have you come up with something, Mr. Justice? May I remind you that everything rests on this. Can you prove Marky Turbay pressed the switch? Let's hear your final answer. Can you prove that Marky Turbay pressed the switch?
I don't know if you call this proof per se, but I can prove it was possible.
Then, as prosecutor, it falls to me to ask you to show us evidence supporting this. Foreheads, you're sure about this?
Accept it. There's no evidence, man.
Let's see your evidence, Mr. Justice. And what do you base your claim that the defendant pressed that switch?
The basis for my claim is music, Your Honor.
Music? What about music?
Let's listen to the piano part, around the time when the switch was pressed. Right before the guitar burst into flame.
I hear a piano being played.
But doesn't it sound kind of simple?
Simple.
I think I know what he's suggesting. You think Maki could have played that part with his one hand?
One hand?
He only needed one hand to press that switch. He could play the piano with the other.
Ah. What, so you're some kind of piano savant?
Actually no.
What do you know? You can't play a part like that with one hand.
Maybe. I don't know what I'm talking about here.
Wait, I know.
Wait, I know. Hey, Trucy.
Yeah? You got something?
Mr. Wright, your father, he's a pianist. Could he...
Oh, Daddy? You can play a part like that even if you had 3 hands.
So sorry. So sad for you.
No, not really. Uh-huh. That was just the easy way to prove it. It's always the hard way.
Man, how are you going to prove whether he played it with one hand or not? You can't.
I admit it would be rather difficult to prove, but it's highly likely he was playing with one hand.
How do you know that?
The clue was what Prosecutor Gavin described as sounding odd.
What sounded odd?
I'll bet we can tell by listening to a certain part of the song.
No. No way. Well, it seems we've come to the moment of truth at last. Let's hear what Mr. Justice has to say for himself. Show us the part that proves the defendant was playing with one hand, right before the guitar burst into flame.
Maki was definitely playing one-handed, just before the guitar caught fire. And one section of the song proves it. Just want to hear that again. Okay. Prosecutor Gavin, I'm sure you've realized by now just what it was that sounded odd to you.
As I'm sure you've realized it yourself, Airforehead. Realized what?
I'll demonstrate. Let's listen to the part in question again, shall we? Pay particular attention to the but a fleeting melody phrase.
Man, how many times do we have to listen to the same thing?
You're right, enough of that. Let's listen to another section, shall we?
Another section?
The guitar bursts into flame at the end of the second verse. Let's listen to the same spots in the first verse. Pay attention to the "Oh, that night in your embrace."
Play Fast 2 again.
There, did you hear that?
They feel the same, true, but they're clearly very different.
What? Well, put your honor. A phrase in verse 2 is quite simple, but the same phrase in verse 1 has high and low notes. You'd have to use two hands to play that for sure.
Ah!
What's that prove? I would think you'd know that by now. This is why I hate dealing with amateurs, man. The two verses are different arrangements. Happens all the time.
Not this time, Darian. There's no point in changing an arrangement if you can't hear it clearly. And that wasn't the point. I had him play specifically so that the piano would stay in the background.
Oh.
That was what I noticed. Why should the same phrase sound slightly different, I asked myself.
Now ask yourselves why Maki had changed how he played. And there's only one answer. You needed a free hand in order to press the switch.
Order! I believe this ties all the facts together. Well, Prosecutor Gavin.
Yes, quite. Though, personally, this comes as a terrible disappointment.
What? No comeback? I can't believe it. I finally did it. I shut him up.
Does he usually have that smirk? Like with his mouth open?
Very well. Barring an objection from the prosecution, I will now state the court's opinion on this matter.
Good show, Sleeves. Oh, great show. It's not over. I don't like it when he looks so happy. Tell him, Gavin. Tell him what's so disappointing.
Personally, I'm terribly disappointed. And you, Airforehead?
Oh, me?
Yes, don't get me wrong, your case is solid. The facts all check out, but even now, you have yet to show us a single piece of decisive evidence.
Yeah, but the facts, anyone can see it was him.
Unfortunately, anyone does not include the law. I'm afraid your case doesn't cut it.
But
1,000 facts might point toward the same conclusion, but without decisive evidence, it's not proof. That's the rule under our current legal system.
I don't believe it.
It does not seem as though the defense has any more evidence to present.
Oh, I think if he did, we already would have seen it a long ways back.
It is unfortunate, but at present this court is unable to acknowledge your accusation.
What? The truth is staring us all right in the face. Why can't they see it? What's the point of a legal system that protects criminals?
Apollo, remember what Daddy said?
It won't be easy proving he did it.
Especially not under the current court system.
So what do I do?
Like I said, good luck. And be aware that it will be impossible to prove his guilt by conventional methods.
Ugh.
Every man has an igniter inside him. Find Darian Krishen's igniter and set it off. I wonder what he meant by every man's igniter.
I think he just meant a weak spot. No. Kind of thing that a single spark could turn into a wildfire of emotion. I won't be able to press him further by conventional means. Gotta find a weak spot in this guy. Something fatal. So, can I get back to work now or what? It may look like I got a lot of time on my hands. I got no more time to play between with this dead weight attorney.
play pretend, not between. What? Well, Mr. Justice, we've come this far without decisive evidence. This witness won't be coming back to the stand once we let him go.
Every man has an igniter. Didn't you say the better the guitar, the brighter it burns, Prosecutor Gavin?
Ah, yes, good guitars are kept dry, is why. That provides the best sound.
Even a small spark could cause irreparable damage. Irreparable damage. Your plan has an igniter in it too, Detective. It was there from the very beginning. What? Fighting time, Justice. If you blow this one, it'll be out of your hands for good.
Go for it, Apollo.
What? This igniter's supposed to come burn me up. That's almost pathetic there, Mr. Attorney.
All the better, I'm rather fond of poetry. And I intend to hear this one run through to the very end. Now, forehead. You are accusing this man, Darian Crescend, of 2 crimes. The murder of Mr. Littles and the smuggling of a Brazilian cocoon. This is your last chance to prove your case. This trial has already run on for far too long. Mr. Justice, this will be my last warning. The moment this igniter of yours turns out to be a dud, this is the moment this cross-examination ends. Understood?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then let's have it. Show us the basis for these accusations against Darian Crescend.
Okay, this is really my last chance. The key that will take apart Darian Crescend's plan is... Your igniter isn't a piece of evidence. So what is? It's true that I couldn't show decisive evidence, but perhaps what I needed to prove my case was something else.
You mean a witness?
Proving his guilt is a tall order, but I've got just the person to do it.
Very well, Mr. Justice. Who is this person who can prove Darian Crescend's guilt?
The person who can prove Darian Crescend's guilt is the defendant, Maki Tobey.
Your client? Again?
Maki Tobey was an accomplice to the cocoon smuggling plot. Without him, Darian Crescend could not have gotten the cocoon. Furthermore, he can easily prove the one he plotted to smuggle that cocoon is the real criminal in this case.
How so?
It would require just one of the very cocoons Mr. Latus was looking for. With the cooperation of the Republic of Virginia, we could burn a cocoon. The burned cocoon would leave a particular residue. A residue we would, no doubt, also find inside the burnt-out guitar.
Aha! Very scientific of you.
Thus, if Maki Tobey acknowledged his agreement with Darian Crescend concerning the attempted smuggling of a Virginian cocoon, the case is solved.
Darian's laughing again.
Your unrelenting passion is remarkable. You really want to get me, don't you? Too bad you'll never be able to. Why not? That little key tickler won't acknowledge anything. Especially not anything to do with cocoon smuggling.
What's all this about?
Taking a cocoon out of the country means death. By Virginian law.
Ah!
Yeah, see? Our pianist really was a smuggler. Been testifying about a would-be suicide. Believe me, he's not talking. But you're wrong, Detective Crescend. What? It's the other way around. If Maki doesn't admit to smuggling here, he's in deep trouble. Ow. Look, if Maki admits to smuggling here, then he'll be tried in our courts by our laws. You don't get the death penalty for smuggling in our country. Ah. The victim in this case was an undercover Interpol agent. I'm sure that news has already reached Virginia.
And the likely broadcast have a dealings in court today, including the part about the Virginian cocoon.
Yeah, but... But if Marky doesn't admit to smuggling now, he'll eventually be picked up by the Virginian police. And it's not like he's in any danger in our court. And we're not going to find him guilty of murder here. Not now. Yeah, but you can't do this. You can't accuse me. Maybe the law doesn't allow it. But who's going to think you're really innocent after hearing this trial? The same goes for Makitobe. The cocoon smuggling, your entire plan. Makitobe knows everything. There's only one way out of it for him. And that's to acknowledge his own crime. The crime of cocoon smuggling. Don't worry there. I'll get you out of the country. I'll set you up someplace, a hidden mansion. Real nice. One house made out of cookies. No, a house made out of pianos. Come on. Please. Don't say... You can still hear it. Oh my god.
Darian, I consider that my last session with you. We rocked.
I'm guessing we can treat that outburst as a confession.
Uh-oh, he's laughing again.
There's a kind of sick desperation in it now, though.
Well, have you been listening to today's trial?
Yes.
And you'll talk. You tell the squad everything.
I didn't want it to turn out this way, but I'm not the kind of lawyer that can overlook a crime.
Today's trial was all for your benefit, you know. I see no reason why you should hesitate now. I know. From the beginning, I know.
Maki.
Situation. I cannot explain, but money. I need it. Very much money.
Today's trial raises a delicate issue with our legal system. The only thing definite in a court of law is evidence. This is the golden rule. However,
it has become apparent that not all things can be tried by these standards.
Should another case of this sort surface, we may have to consider an alternate system by which to administer justice. Anyway, Mr. Makitobe.
Yes?
I promise you will receive a fair trial by the laws of our country. And with regards to the current charges for the murder of Mr. Letouche, the court is prepared to announce a verdict.
Ah. You look kind of weird, not gonna lie. I feel like your eyes aren't centered properly.
I thank you. I only lie, but you see truth. You find truth. That's our job. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Makitobe, not guilty. Court is adjourned.
July 10th, 4:42 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2.
I wonder what'll happen to Maki.
Well, he did smuggle a cocoon out of Virginia. I guess there will be another trial here.
Who's this?
All's well that ends well.
Daddy! I owe you both my thanks.
Let me war.
My, is something wrong?
I'm sorry, Maki was your partner on stage, your friend.
Yes, I thought of him as my own son. Even now I do, yet something got a hold of him. Something evil, I see that. He must pay for what he has done. Is that not how it should be?
I'm still sorry.
Do not be sorry. You have given me courage. Courage? I am considering an eye operation.
It was my suggestion, actually.
You mean, you'll be able to see again? It's funny, I've always been afraid of the light. But light seems so harsh, so unforgiving.
According to the doctor, Manuel lost his sight due to some kind of accident.
An accident?
As you know, I suffer from amnesia. I feared that if I could see, perhaps it would open my eyes to the truth I have been running from. I was scared.
You know what changed her mind? Hearing your defense in there today. She could feel your gaze, unwavering, always looking straight at the truth.
If the light returns to my eyes, I think I will take up painting.
Painting?
That's right! She's the landscape painter in sound, after all. I will paint the two of you, I promise. Woohoo! I can't wait, Lemure.
I owe you my thanks too, Apollo.
Thanks, Mr. Wright, but for what?
You reminded me I need to hurry things along. On my secret mission, that is.
Right, your secret mission.
Apollo, Lucy. I hope that we will meet again someday soon. You bet, me too.
And so, like a ballad, the trial flowed on until it came to an end. Thanks to the trial, the guitar Serenade was a huge hit. Prosecutor Gavin's even more dazzling to look at now. But there's something I want to say to that guy. Next time you write a ballad,
Have them catch the killer at the end.
The end.
Bum, bum, bum.
Turnabout Succession. This is the final case in the game, Turnabout Succession. And we will start this next time. Bye-bye!